Okay, guys. Well, welcome tonight. And yeah, I was for a little while disappeared because, as you know, I went to the New Year event in Dallas, Texas, and then I stay an extra 3 days or 4 days in Austin, Texas. That means that was a whole week that I disappeared. But I tell you, it was a great experience. That New Year kickoff, it was a totally different event of what ICGN had done before. It was a really 100% business event. Of course, they talk about the products, like they said, as you know, we introduced two new products. But at the same time, the whole event, the whole 2 days, was talking about the power of the 90 days. And it's interesting because that's why we started with the STAR project, that basically is a 90-day system. And today we are going to be covering, at the beginning, I'm going to cover a little about some of the tools that were introduced there. You already know about the products, but I just want to mention it because you are going to be using those tools, and you're supposed to be using these tools now in the whispering campaign that we talked about 2 weeks ago. But anyway, this is the first tool, excuse me, and this is really cool. This is part of the new of the launch party kit, but now it's new, it's brand new. They didn't have it before. If you order one now, it is included. However, you can order separate this CD. It's really powerful because it has different invitations that you can print out or even send on email or even through social media to your launch party kit. It's really powerful. You can buy this CD by itself. I think it's $4.95 from isasalestools.com. It's a powerful, powerful CD ROM. Again, it's great for you to have to organize your invitations when you are doing launch parties, and I hope you are doing some. And again, this is included in the new launch party kit. The new one has exactly the same that I had before, but this is what they add on. It's really, really powerful. The second part also tool is the new DVD that came up with Solutions to Transform Lives. This DVD has several DVDs, several videos on isogenics, several of the popular videos like why isogenics and the compensation plan, experience isogenics, and many, many other videos, are you toxic, etc. This is a great video, and I would like to recommend you to have at least 2 or 3 with you. This is a powerful video. I love it. It's a video they sell individual $4.95, or you can buy a package of 10, and it's less expensive. I think it's $3 each when you buy it in package of 10. Now, the next one is actually the Isogenics as a movie. Isamovie.com. It was redone. It's really cool. Right now, as you see, it's divided in weight loss, energy and performance, healthy aging, and wealth creation at the bottom. And then you click on whatever video you are sending to people. This is really cool, and as you see, you can have you can even share the video with other people. And again, this is the new Isamovie, and I hope you are using it daily. This is really powerful tool. Within the Isamovie, there's a new tool. There's a new video. It's called Start Your Life. It's a 3 minutes, 14-second video, really good. And this is mostly for people under 30, I would say, 30 or 35, really full of testimonials. I mean, it's really powerful. And by the way, several people from our team are there in that video, although they are for 5 seconds. You're going to see them on the video. But anyway, great video. Also, you can find it on YouTube too. But this is part of the new Isamovie. Great video. Now we have completed the video that we need for prospecting on the internet. We have Enterprising Women, and they have the new version in the Isamovie. It's only 6.5 minutes long. We have Retire Early, also the new version that is around 6 minutes, and then we have Start Your Life. That means if you're talking to a guy, Retire Early is really good unless the guy is 35 or younger. If you're talking to a woman, doesn't matter the age, the Enterprising Woman is amazing. And if you're talking to what I mean is Retire Early, and this video for people under 30. Although women, I tell you, it doesn't matter if they are 22 or they are 99 or 109, they love the Enterprising Woman. I think that video is ideal for every woman. But again, this video is so powerful. It's only 3 minutes, 14 seconds. You have not seen it, but make sure. Now, this tool, well, this is not really a new tool. And the reason I say this, by the way, you probably saw your Pack Your Way. This is really cool. It's a way where you can actually customize most of the package, 30 days and up. When I say 30 days and up, all the packages, you can customize it with a lot of things. And actually, that increases your BV the way that's set up. It's a great, but that's not what I was talking about. I was talking about the ISA FYI. ISA FYI is an amazing tool. I mean, there's so much information there. Most people are not using it, and the reason I know is because many times we're talking about something, and they say, "Oh, how do you find out about that?" It was in ISA FYI. You must check this every couple of days or something like that. There are great stories, and there is a great article. I think they came on Friday about why 90 days are so powerful, and also you can read more about the new things like Your Pack Your Way.
Yeah,
Great,
and
great tool.
George,
Yeah,
I'm
go ahead.
sorry to interrupt you here, but we are now everything that's on ISA FYI and all the other Isagenics blogs is being channeled directly onto the BDP, onto team website, the howtogetgoing.com.
Oh, cool, cool, cool. That's amazing. We are going to check it out. Well, you were looking at the website before the beginning of this webinar. What you were looking is at the new How to Get Going. That is an amazing work by Alex. Alex created that website. And we are going to be adding a lot of stuff, a lot of short videos about different things. That's something that is probably going to start happening just before February 1st. Now, February 1st, as you know, is the big launch of the STAR project. Although, again, right now you are going to, I hope you are already talking to people, etc. Now, this is a great new tool. This manual that you see there was given to us during the New Year kickoff. It's a 90-day plan. It's masterful. I hope you have downloaded. You can download it now, and then Sound Concepts, I think, in the next week or so, they are going to. You can buy this manual. It's beautiful, full color, etc. But if you are in a hurry, you want to have the manual, and I recommend to you, you can download it, and by going to the new tools, and you see where the circle is, and you click, and then you download the 90-day plan. It's an amazing, amazing, amazing manual. As a matter of fact, let me go here. Okay, this is the manual. As you see, it's really cool. Cathy Cooper, welcome people, and then here I recommend. Well, I recommend you know. At the end of this webinar, we are going to talk about for you guys. The next week, our webinar is going to. We're going to go through this. It's going to be probably a longer webinar than normal, but we are going to go through one of the sessions of the manual. We are going to do an overview of everything, but one specific session, because that's what guys you're going to use as a manual every time you sponsor somebody. Every time you sponsor somebody, you make sure you get them through this 90-day manual. Make sure you download it and well, yes, okay, go through all this because it's amazing. I love what they did. Our whole 2 days, we went through the whole manual, doing trainings on our why, etc. It was really powerful tool. I recommend everybody. I recommend now, if you want to be in the next call and not be lost, make sure you download the manual. Really, really powerful. Okay, the Whisper campaign. The reason I have this number 5, the Whisper campaign, for those of you that missed that call or that webinar, make sure you watch it. Is 2 weeks ago we uploaded. This is part of the system, the 90-day system for launching the STAR program. And here, basically, what we are doing, and the reason I have this here, because we are going to use a way to approach people. And I talk about a couple of them where we did this seminar, webinar, and we are going to talk about 2 more now, or 1 more specific. And one that I love because I've been using for years, and it's really powerful. Now, this is the secret to go fast. You create curiosity, and you start doing it now. I mean, we say 3 weeks prior to your actual launch, and actually, our launch is in February 1st. However, you can do it with any new person that come up. You can do the same thing. Now, it's crucial because you want to create curiosity with new people that they're going to sign up first. And in other words, the 3 people that you contact first, those are going to be at the top when you launch the Whisper, the launch. And launch, again, is going really strong with your group for 90 days, every day, for at least 2 hours a day, connecting with people. I have an example here. I started a project called that that's going to change my life in the next 12 months or less. I want to do it with other friends who would like to do the same. But this is an example, but this is what we are going to talk about. Before I had the disclaimer, although we are not talking a lot about money, but I want to make sure that you understand that all the income depend on your own efforts. Average efforts equal average results. And to manifest about average result, you must be and do about average. And that's why this 90 days is all about. But today, I'm going to go to something that I call, okay, let me see. But let me go first to this. Your mindset is so important, and I talked about that 2 weeks ago. Are you willing to apply what you are going to learn? Think about that. And when I mean apply ASAP, not to wait a month and say, no, ASAP. Even if you think that you don't have the time to start working on your business right now, it's so important that you start practicing this, because this doesn't take you hours or anything like that, just a few minutes. Are you willing to do whatever it takes? What are your goals? What is what you are looking for in your life? I have to tell you that after being in this event, and I probably say after every event, I'm more and more excited about the potential of isogenics. When we see people that were broke, and some of them were in isogenics for a while, and a good example is Alexis Romano. I don't remember her numbers, but I know in the first 3 years, she didn't make a lot of money. As a matter of fact, in her third year in isogenics, she she has her best year. She made something like $25,000. I don't remember the amount, but then she jumped the following year to over $800,000. This was last year. What happened? What it happened is because she changed her mindset. She was willing to apply what she was learning. She was willing to do whatever it takes. Now, and she created a 90-day plan. And imagine what could happen in 90 days if you consistent in what we are going to teach tonight. For 90 days, it is really simple and doesn't require a long-term learning or anything like that. And many of you heard me doing this many times before. Okay, now ready? This I call it the magic questions. Now, some of you probably are going to hang up or get out of the webinar because they say, "Oh, I already know this." Yeah, you know it when you apply it. Think about that. You know it when you apply it. And this is so important. There are many ways to approach people, but this is one of my favorites. It's very simple. If time and money were not a problem, and you have all the energy to enjoy them, what would you do? Now, I'm asking you to. This is what you ask the prospect. I ask you, if time and money were not a problem and you have all the energy to enjoy them, what would you do? What would you buy? Think about that. Again, if time and money were not a problem and you have all the energy to enjoy them, what would you do? What would you buy? Where would you travel? You travel to Europe, Japan, France, Germany, South America, Australia. Where would you live? Would you live in the same house that you're living now, or you would buy a bigger house? Would you live in the same city or state? Where would you live? Or would you not live in any place? I was talking to one of our millionaires, Rhonda Collier. Rhonda Collier, for those of you that have seen her on Facebook, she was in Asia, I think for close to 2 months, traveling through many countries. And interesting, when I asked her, well, where are you living now? And she said, nowhere. I just live 3 or 4 months in one city and I go to another city for 3 or 4 months. That's cool. Some people can do that. Now, if you have kids, obviously you can't, but what car would you drive? Would you drive a small economy car like the smart car, or you would be driving a Maserati, Lamborghini, or a total electric car like the Tesla? Who would you help? Would you create an organization, or would you help an organization already established, like Make-A-Wish Foundation? No. Oh, let me go back here. Oops. This is something that you ask people. It's not only, I am asking you now, but you can ask your prospects to do the same thing and let them talk. Now, some people are going to take a long time to answer all this because they have a lot of things. Some people are going to be telling you their answers really quick. Now, doing what you're doing now, how long will it take you to achieve any of those goals? And I'm asking you right now, doing what you're doing now in isogenics, how long will it take you to achieve any of those goals? If you keep doing the activity that you're doing now, that's a question that you also ask your prospect. I'm asking you now, doing what you're doing now, how long will it take you to achieve any of those goals? Now, it is interesting that most people said never, or some of them say, oh, it would take me forever, 20 years, 40 years, and some people, I don't know. How that make you feel? Now, what do you think is going to be the answer? Some people, or most people, are not going to feel really good. Some people think, okay, the rest of my life is going to be boring because I cannot achieve anything. It's going to be a struggle. I believe that one of the reasons many people get sick is because they feel that it's the end of the world for them. They can't achieve anything because they don't have that hope. We have isogenics as a vehicle, but if you keep doing what you're doing now, what's going to happen if you are not doing the actions that you're supposed to do? Okay, this is something that you do with your prospect. You say, the person say, is curious and say, you see, I am running out of the door now, but I believe that I found a way for both of us to have all the money, time, and energy to do all those things. Now, look at this. I say to have all the money, time, and energy. And the reason I'm using money, time, and energy is because I'm just kind of putting the product there, the energy. And at the same time, it has been known when the people are not excited about life, they are always tired. Even if they are really healthy, but they are most of the time tired. Let's add this. Again, let's suppose that I'm talking to you and you're a prospect. I'm running out of the door now, but I believe that I found a way for both of us to have all the money, time, and energy to do all those things, or all these things. If I send you a link to a 10-minute video that explains how to do it, will you watch it? Think about that. If you are the prospect, and I tell you that. If I send you a link to a 10-minute video that explains how to do it, will you watch it? When do you think you could watch the video? You see, you make at this point you are leaving, or you are giving, you are leaving the ball in their court. When do you think you could watch the video? So if I call you at, let's suppose that they say I'm going to watch the video at 5 o'clock. If I call you at 6 or 7 o'clock after the hour, or they agree, you will have seen it for sure. I had to correct that. You have seen it for sure, right? In other words, I'm talking to you and I said, when do you think you could watch the video? And you say 5 o'clock. I said, so if I call you at 7 o'clock, you will have seen it for sure, right? You see, what you're doing is a confirmation here. You're going to increase a lot. And by the way, 2 weeks ago, I talked about these questions too in other settings. But you're getting the person more consistent, or more committed, excuse me, to see or to watch the video. The same happens if you are giving a magazine or etc. By the way, this clip is adapted from the GoPro from Eric Worre. We have the links to get the book, and even isogenics in the new presentation is basically telling people get the book GoPro. And then let's suppose that I say, if I call you at 5 o'clock, is that the best time for me to call you back? Because I say 5 or 6 o'clock. The person says, no, better 7 o'clock. But you see, I commit the person several times actually to watching the video. Oops. Guys, this is it. Now the follow-up questions are not going to come today because I want you to practice this. The following questions are, by the way, you can find them in How to Get Going anyway. We have the script there. But this is really simple, as you see. Really simple. Now, what would happen if you do this twice a day, 5 days a week for the next 90 days? Now, this is equal to 130 people who see the isogenic story in the next 90 days. And you can do it also with a magazine. You use basically the same script. But remember, the most important part is asking person, if time and money were not a problem, what would you do? And if you have all the energy to enjoy them. That's a good way to ask for the dream. There are many other ways, and you have seen it in other webinars, but this is my favorite. However, you practice the one that you feel more comfortable with. But in my experience, this has been really tremendous. Now, again, if you do this twice a day, 5 days a week, you will have 130 people that see the isogenic story. How many of them do you think will come into the business? And now, as you saw last 2 weeks ago when I did the webinar, I was saying that your goal is in the next 90 days to sponsor 20 people. Now 130, that means that it's about 18% or something like that. And I think it's, let's round it up at 2, exactly less than 2. That means for every 10 people, 2 will be coming into your business. And these are people that look or that already saw the isogenic story. It could be in the website like I show you now, or even presentations, etc. Now, next week, before I continue, before I finish, I just want to make sure that you commit yourself to do this, to ask these questions every day, even in regular conversations. If you feel comfortable to introduce the business right away, just practice the conversation, the first part, and leave it open, and then you can come back later. But the best is to do it right away, to do whatever it takes, to do it right away and introduce people to any of the isogenic tools. In this case, we are talking about the videos on the ISA movie side. Now, next week, in the STAR project, we are going to talk about the 90-day game plan that is on this book. It's basically a lot of the same that we talked about 2 weeks ago. But in order for you to be in that webinar, you have to download this and go through the book in general, because if not, you are going to be lost. Make sure you download it, and as I told you before, you go to isogenicbusiness.com and just download it. Now, are you there? Okay, let me see. Are you there?
Yes.
Alex? Okay.
Yeah, and actually,
Here.
we'll have a link to the on this webinar to download the book, and it's actually also in the download section at the front page already.
Oh, let me go to how to get going. To get going there. Yeah, here it is.
Yeah, if you
And
go
then
to the
you see
after the
right here,
third video, yeah. Well, it's
90
there,
day
but that will move. That will move as it scrolls out. But if you go at the bottom towards the third, right after the third video,
okay, the forms.
scroll down. Yeah,
Hello.
yeah, it's in the
Okay, here
forms.
is the form. Is the last one?
Yeah, we're not seeing the forms currently on the screen. There we go.
Oh, sorry, I forgot that it's always a
Yeah,
little
and that's
delay.
the last one on the forms.
Right here. Can you see the little thing that I draw around? Hello. Alex, can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear
Okay. But there it is. You see, this is a really powerful tool that we have there. And guys, I recommend you to do this, and also to make sure you go into the book, to have your book as a pro, as a guide. But also, this 90 days is amazing. And I tell you one thing, I wish we had these tools when we started, the same way that I wish we had the bonuses when we started. But this is a really powerful, this is a so powerful tool to initiate every new distributor that tell you that they want to make money fast. The 90-day plan is the answer. Really cool. Really, really cool. Now, I would like to see if there are any questions on the board, because again, we are going to go fast with this. In February 1st, we are going to have a conference calls, and that they are going to be going where you can get the people, etc. We are going to have more about the times as possible. It's going to be 9 o'clock Pacific time, the first one, and then every 2 hours. But I will be getting you more information later. But anyway, anybody has a question?
Yeah, and guys, remember you can enter your questions at the top right of your screen. You should see the Go to Webinar Control panel and just go to the questions chat box and enter your
Yes.
questions there.
Yeah. And guys, I know some people feel overwhelmed, but I love what Michael Claus said at the end of the event, and I hope that those of you that didn't come to the event, watch the streaming or the video streaming that they had from the event because it was amazing. I love the at the end they have several people telling what they were going to do for the next 90 days, and Michael Claus said just do the essential, the basics, and this is 2 people a day that are looking at your information or more, and you're going to go up. Of course, the faster or the faster you want to go and the higher you want to go, obviously your activities increase. But guys, everybody that's right now on this call can go up and rank and during these 90 days. Now, uh, for me, for example, it would be a little tougher because going from 9 platinum to 10 platinum, holy cow, that's a big entertainment. But for most people, if you are not 5-star golden circle, you're 5-star golden circle less, it is there is no any reason for you to go 1, 2, or even 3 or 4 ranks up. If you happen to be a brand new consultant, you could be a 1-star or 2-star even by the end of the 90 days, and even 3-star. I don't say that everybody's going to do it, but with a strong, when you have a strong action, you are going to be very high. And you must believe it in yourself. I know it's hard for you to say, especially if you have been in isogenics or network marketing for a long, you are having large success. Guys, everybody that's in this call can do that. Everybody can go to higher rank and see what happened to Alexis Romano. I mean, for 3 years she was not doing as well. She had a great year. When she earned finally over $20,000 and 3 years after she joined, but she was going really slow. Remember, Lynn Haggeron in her second month, she made more than Alexis Romano in her third year complete. But then suddenly she changed her mindset. She believed in herself. She believed in the industry. She believed that she could do it. She believed that the pay plan was the vehicle, and look what happened to her. Okay. Alex, do we have any questions? I cannot see
No,
because
no,
I cannot see
seems
anything.
actually everybody has everything quite clear. No questions, only
Okay, cool.
comments.
And guys, many of you are saying, "Well, this was really short." Yeah, because I want you to master that question. It's really easy, but you will learn it when you start applying it. And I know some of you, maybe at least I don't know, 1/3 of you have heard me saying that before. But how many of you actually using it? It's why the more you use it, the better results you are going to have, and eventually you are going to become a master doing these things. And obviously, remember next week to have that book. Next week, the webinar is going to be longer because I'm sure it's going to take longer going through these. But make sure you download and start filling the manual because that's a great guide, not only for you, but for the people that you personally sponsor. Alex, I don't know if you have any comments.
No, actually, I tell you that that book, the 90-day plan, is absolutely fantastic. It's really worth taking your time to go through that. And like you mentioned, George, if we would have had that at the beginning when we came in, life would have been so much easier. And it's been extremely easy anyhow. With Isogenics, the products, the compensation plan, everything went really smooth for us at the beginning, but these bonuses and these new tools are absolutely fantastic. So look forward then to seeing you all next Monday. And by the way, George, if you just mentioned that the replays for the webinars are now going to be at the howtogetgoing.com uh, page, at the front page all the way to the bottom. If you scroll to the bottom, you'll always see the latest webinar, and you can also access it through the menus. So
Oh, cool. All right.
and when you want people to register for the webinar, actually send them to the howtogetgoing.com page, and at the bottom of the page on your right hand side you will see there the uh, the information where they just put enter their name and email. If you are on this webinar, you're already registered, you don't need to re-register. This is only for new people, people that never have been to one of our webinars, but that's where they would enter the information.
Cool. I think that's really, really cool. Okay, well, guys, if there are not any questions, and I want to make sure that there are not any questions, I wonder if you want to go through to make sure that we don't have any.
Yeah, just comments and thank you. So,
Okay, cool.
well, then that's it. So, good night, everyone, and look forward
Good night,
to
guys,
seeing you then
get
next
ready.
week.
Yeah, get ready to a lot of action, and I hope you are already connecting with people. Okay, see you later, guys. See you.